Hey Sagittarius, I'm Love from a Leo, and today's video is going to be your January 4th through the 31st. I always feel like I say that weird, but yeah. So that's basically what we're going to be doing for today. And right now I just feel a little spacey. I was sitting with you guys' energy. Not spacey, but just really relaxed and kind of like I'm having thoughts. I'm feeling really calm, but verbally it's a little weird. So maybe some communication things may come up. This is your card, so go ahead and get into your own energy. My Sagittarius, my archer, my warrior. Here you are. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. All right. The beginning of January for Sagittarius, starting on the 4th. All right, here we go. First card out. And let's begin. Alrighty, so we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you guys can't quite get your priorities into motion. Some of you guys are having a tough time deciding something. This could be dealing with money. Maybe you are really short on cash right now and you have things that you have to start to have money for, and it's starting to become a little overwhelming, but nothing that's too shady or too crazy right now that you can't deal with. This seems to be maybe you walking away from things that you emotionally enjoy because you have to start working on what is your priority. Whether it is money, whether it's not, you have to start thinking about what you have to do now. And this is really a moment where I feel like it's going to be really rare, or it doesn't happen very often. But it's going to be something that starts you off and really honestly starts your year off for success, because you are starting to see you have to get your priorities in order. There's no way around it anymore. All right. So then moving to the second card that came out, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I really like to see this. So this makes me feel like there is a more steady progression in your work life. And you were starting to see that, okay, if I need more money, I'm just going to have to work. And I'm just going to have to keep going and keep doing what I got to do. And the money's going to come to you. And I really do believe that it will. I feel like your routine has a lot to do with how you make your living. And so with that, you may have to let control go of your emotions. I mean, that's not what I meant to say. You may have to put your emotional life on hold just for a second, or maybe just because you're working so hard, you aren't able to expand your attention into your emotional life right now. And for some of you that could be beneficial, and for some of you it won't be. So for some of you, you will have to learn how to balance and figure out what you want, if you want to do more, or if you need to just figure out what you have right now and just stay, not settle, but kind of stay in your zone. And what is it? It's like you need to stay at your level and master that before you move on to bigger things, okay? And that's Two of Wands in reverse. Next, we have the Devil's card here. So there could be some ego coming up, maybe some things that you need to watch out for. This could also be if there's a Capricorn in your life, there may be someone who's coming through to help you. I also feel like you may be having these like reasons to kind of talk yourself away from your ego, if that makes any sense. So if there's some things that you know you need to stay away from for the sake of, you know, having things go the way that they need to go. If there's something that you cherish in your life, something that you find strength in, you may have to rethink some of the things that you are doing. So that could be just partying, that could just be a third-party issue, an affair, anything of that sort. Something that isn't serving you, you need to figure out if it's best for you. And chances are it's not, because it's in reverse. And you need to find what your true path should be right now. It's time to take like a meditative stance and really look and see what you need to be focused on right now. And I think if you actually do that, you will see more benefits than anything. But for some of you, I just feel like you're not wanting to look at what's going on. Simply put, I feel like you're just kind of stuck in the clouds. But not all of you. It's not all the Sagittarius, but the ones who are on the very, lower end of the spectrum, they're really not focusing on what's the problem. But for some of you, you definitely just have to go through the motions and figure out what you have to work on and master, okay? Moving to the middle of your January. All right, first card out. Alrighty. 10 of Swords. So there's a situation that could be volatile. There's a situation that could be like a sense of betrayal to you. And it may have been known, or it may have been something that you are partaking in, whether it's an argument, a mental battle with someone, communication errors, maybe feel like you're being stabbed in the back, or just feel like you can't trust someone that you should be able to trust. You have to put that to rest. That this is finally going to subside, and you're finally just going to be mentally at ease. And I feel like this could be because of a Leo in your life, or this could just be because you are waiting for what you want to come, and it is going to come. This is what this card represents. And I think with you finally just calming your mind and just being at ease with whatever that is, you will get what you want in the near future. We then have the Justice card here. And so what this tells me is there is either a Libra coming through, or if you have any Libra placements, it's showing up here. It's time to start really justifying what's right and what's wrong, and specifically in your emotional life, okay? So this may cause a little friction, and it may cause things to go upside down. If you're in a fresher relationship, this can cause, little breakdowns. If you're in a long-term relationship, this can really cause you to reevaluate why you're even with the person in the first place. And I feel like that's very important. It's more about not emotionally it's not about necessarily emotions anymore. It's more so about what's right and what's wrong. Like if you wasted someone's time, or if you feel like someone is wasting your time, it's all about making those decisions on what you are willing to put up with, what is fair, what is just. And I feel like that's really what's going to cause you to understand how you feel and make you more comfortable within your emotional life, okay? So really kind of casting aside, pulling in, sentencing certain things in your life, okay? And putting consequences with the things that have already transpired, okay? This may also have to do with a little bit of arguing that may be involved. But at the end of the day, I feel like it needs to be done as long as you keep yourself in check, okay, Sag? All right, so moving to this card, we have the Fool. So this could be an Aries popping up. So there seems to be a lot of people that are just popping up specifically in your life, unless you have these placements, they're strong, like Sun, Moon, and Rising. I feel like there's a sense of people just kind of coming in and teaching you little lessons, almost like, if there's a big farmhouse, I'm thinking like when you're little, there's a farmhouse and there's all these doors, and you open one and there's something behind it. There's a different animal behind each door. That's what I feel like it's going to be like for you in January, and you just have to figure out how to get through those situations. It's just going to be a little bit more rough than cartoon animals. You're just gonna have to deal with different life situations, different people, different energies, and figure out where you belong in those situations, which is kind of what you do in life in the first place, right? But this will be more so you understanding how to make decisions, how to move through different types of energies, and also how to remain yourself through it all and make the best decisions. You understand? So we do have the Full card, like I said. So this is Aries, or this could just be new opportunities and new paths coming your way. The only issue I would say is just to make sure you're not being too naive about things. If something seems too good to be true, really make sure that you are going to be able to, maneuver around that, and just make sure that it's worth it, whatever you're doing. For some of you, it could be more serious than others, but I just feel like there's new opportunities coming your way. It could involve an Aries, by the way. Let's see, what new pathways coming for Sag in the middle of... Uh-oh. Okay, so we got two cards. 1 second. All right, so for some of you, we have... This is really good, guys. So we have newfound hope, we have light at the end of the tunnel, and we have happiness, we have hope, everything that you want. This is a time where you've prepared for whatever you're trying to get to, and now is the time where that part of your life is starting. The good times, the things that you have been waiting to see, for the fog to finally go away and things to start making sense and things to start feeling good and happy, and just the way that you need them to be. That hope is being relit, that candle is being relit, and there's just a sense of really sitting back and feeling powerful in who you are in this universe. For some of you, it could just be you becoming more silent, understanding that you have more power in what you know without telling everyone what you know, or saving. Maybe you figure out how to start saving. Maybe you start to feel your finances starting to improve tremendously. There's just a sense of finally bossing up in different ways, and it definitely will include just life in general and your finances. There's new opportunities and new fresh energy coming your way, and I think it's really, really going to be beneficial for you. So definitely a blessing coming through. And it seems to come right after you kind of fix that emotional issue in your life, or even if it's not fixed, there's a newfound path that comes after that argument, after that situation, that you can benefit from tremendously, as long as you keep going and stay kind of stable in what you're doing and keep that hope alive, okay? So moving into the end of your January. Let's see what's to come. End of January for Sagittarius. Here we go. First card out. Alrighty. So we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. So this is saying that you may not have everything that you want or everything that you feel like you need in order to make movements, but you are finally, like, you can start to make movements. You just have to, I feel like you're going to be having to get what you need as you go. So don't feel like you have to be totally prepared and totally everything has to be checked off the list before you start doing what you need to do. I feel like it's time to start putting that physical effort in and using your own personal fire energy to start to fuel things to happen. So you can start to inspire yourself, have that desire to create things and to come into the future that you haven't even seen yet. It's not necessarily about what you have, it's more about what you see yourself having in this moment, okay? So I really, really like that. I think that's a very powerful stance for a fire sign. Just make sure you don't do things that will take you back a few steps, okay? That's also backed up by the Queen of Cups here. So I feel like you're emotionally intelligent and you're starting to be able to feel what's right. So it's kind of like pushing the boundaries with, okay, you might not have everything you want, but you understand emotionally how things played out and you know what you need to go and do now. You know what effort needs to be put in what places. And so in a weird way, it does restore a sense of direction. It kind of puts that polar opposite two forces coming together to make something work. And I feel like it could involve maybe being a little sneaky, maybe not telling everything to someone, or maybe you feel like someone's not telling you. But at the same time, there's a sense of pushing yourself back if this happens. So try not to lie. Just try to be as honest as you can in January. I realize that some people lie in order to make other people feel comfortable. It's not that they're bad people. It's not that they, don't want to be friendly. But sometimes people just lie just because it's the easiest thing to do. And I think the challenge for you is to be honest. Use that use the Sagittarius type of energy and kind of use that honesty. Try not to be too blunt, but be honest with people. And it can be as simple as you just saying, I'm really not... I don't know, like instead of having small talk, maybe just be like, hey, today I really want to talk about something different. Today I really want to talk about something that fuels our mind. Like shake it up a little bit. Just be honest, because I feel like that's what's wrong. There's a sense of you being a little dramatic sometimes, or maybe there's a person around you who's a fire sign who has a tendency to be like a drama queen, and so it causes you to not say certain things, or it causes you to be a little less open about things in your life. But you have to get over that. You have to start to just be honest, because that's what you're here to do. If you're not being honest, then who's going to be? You understand what I'm saying? So I think you need to use your honesty. I think it is a blessing, and I think you just have to learn how to use it if you're not a Sagittarius who used it, or who isn't as honest as they should be, okay? So that's a message for those who are kind of stuck in like, should I tell the truth? And don't overtell. You don't have to overtell, but just don't lie about things that you don't have to lie about. And usually there's really no reason to lie. You should always be honest. But sometimes I feel like people have a tendency to just, not tell the full truth, or just not want to talk, so they'll lie. Like, just be honest. If you're not into what's going on, just say you're not into it, or walk away. You don't necessarily have to voice what you feel, but don't be a part of things that force you to lie. You understand what I'm saying? Alrighty, so we have the World card here. So I feel like this is really, really amazing. Things are starting to come together for you tremendously. Definitely a blessing coming through. And this could be something that is, tied to your mother, or this could just be something that has to do with the moon that's coming at the end of January. But also this could be something that is very secretive, that has been in the shadows for a little minute, and it's finally getting its sense of shine. It's finally being able to be the star. And it's a blessing in your life, and I really feel like it ties a lot of things together for you. So this could be a person. If it is a person, then this is probably like a Cancer in your life. But I just feel like there's a blessing that comes from out of the shadows, and you really start to appreciate it for what it is. We then have the 6 of Swords here. So there is a transitionary period, a time where things are starting to be put into motion, and you're starting to mentally see and physically see that things are coming towards you while you're moving towards it. So it's kind of like the meeting of, you know, something happening. There's also someone around you who is definitely helping. It could be an earth sign or just an empress, someone in your life who you really, really admire, who you really appreciate in your life. And they're really helping you to get to understand what's going on, or maybe just being there for you. Or they could just be on the ride with you. There's a sense of someone maybe being a little too overbearing. So try to make sure you don't do that if that's you. And so that you don't mess up your opportunities to come, okay? But the key is to communicate, be honest, be truthful, okay? And don't embarrass yourself. Don't do things that's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Use your communicative energy, be honest, and just be real. If you can't be real around the people that you have been surrounding yourself with, then it's probably not the right people. And so that's going to be your little compass guide to tell you, okay, what you need to take out in your life and what you can keep. Whoever you can be honest with, that is who you can be close with. Whatever you can be honest with yourself about, that is what you need to keep around you in your life. Whatever is causing you to not be honest with yourself, you need to get rid of it, and get rid of it fast, okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you really enjoyed this reading and you need a little bit more in depth for just you personally in your life, don't hesitate to hit me up at lovefromtheleo@gmail.com. I will show you any readings that I am currently doing. All you have to do is just say, I want a reading. What are you offering? Or you can just tell me what type of reading you would like. But other than that, you can leave me a like, a comment. You can share this video because it helps me out so much. And I love when you guys interact. And yeah, if I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, Sagittarius, I will see you very, very soon.